Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Man, my buddy Q over there in Houston woke up to 45-degree temperatures. I know that's like freezing to you guys. I know my buddy Mike J up there in Vermont with 35-degree temperatures. Yeah, it's not quite as cold here. It's about 58 degrees, but it's raining like crazy. Thank God I put the ceiling up in here. You know, there's nothing worse than making fun of somebody's weight. You know, there's a whole industry that's devoted to trying to help people lose weight. And weight is definitely an issue because, you know, more weight you carry, the harder it is on your body. You know, people who have, different ailments and stuff because of the extra weight and stuff. So we don't want to make fun of anybody being overweight or anything. And you can live better your life. You'll feel better. Because like for me, and I'm a fat ass. I'll admit it. I need to lose some more weight because as my orthopedist, lets me know, I've got a knee that I have no ACL in. A lot of people find that like, yeah, you're full of crap. But no, literally, I have no ACL in my knee. I tore it when I was 18 years old. And because the other knee had problems, I always leaned on this knee. And so literally the knee joint is like this. And the top bone is got a groove in the lower bone because there's nothing in between them. And they tell me that for every pound I lose, it's like taking 4 pounds of stress off the knee for every step you take. So that's huge. So you start thinking about losing weight. And I did this thing for a friend who had lost 12 pounds. And they're like, okay, so I lost 12 pounds. I said, well, you want to know what 12 pounds is? I grabbed a shot put, okay, which is a spear, like a ball, and it's steel. It's solid. It's 12 pounds. I said, here you go. Boom. They're like, what do you give me this? I said, this is 12 pounds. This is what you lost right here. You were carrying this 12 pounds every day, every step. And they're like, oh my God, this is so heavy. It's like, yeah, it's distributed throughout your body, but you see what that 12 pounds will do. Come to find out with Dontari Poe. We heard that Lyle Collins wasn't in shape and they needed to get him in shape before they could get him on the field and stuff. Dontari Poe was, he's a thick brother. He's big. He's definitely was that trash can full of dirt. The only problem was he's a trash can full of dirt that was on wheels because they just blew him out of there. But he normally played at about 340 to 350 pounds. 340 to 350 pounds, which is a lot of weight. Come to find out, he was over 380 with the Cowboys. He was over 380 when they signed him. And he was over 380 when they released him yesterday. So if I take that 12-pound shot put, take 3 of those almost. That was the extra weight that he was carrying and having to use. Now, I'm just trying to wonder why, if he weighed that much, 380 pounds, why when we were, when I played nose tackle, what they taught us was when you get a double team, drop the anchor, head for the ground, lay in the hole. Because if you lay in the hole and they can't move you out, then there's not a hole to run. I'm trying to understand why, if they realize that he is literally, that big, like the Titanic, that he didn't just drop the anchor in that ass in the hole and just plug it up. Listen, buddy, this is your gap. Just sit your fat ass right there. That's all we need you to do. Just sit your fat ass right there in your gap. At least we know that one's covered. And they'll have to really run wide to get around you. Seems like it could have been a plan. It seems like that could have been a plan. But see, here's the problem. You signed him for a $7 million contract. He played for 7 games and took home $4.4 million. Problem is, we have to eat that $3.5 million that's left. That's poor decision making by the Cowboys. You spent $7 million for a guy who didn't bust a grape. A guy that you brought in, paid him for 7 games, and now leaves and takes more of your valued money. We now have more dead money. We have $35 million in dead money. $35 million in dead money. And the thing that's so crazy is how people, and I know I'll piss some people off, because, you know, I know I always get people out there that say, can we get through one video without you talking about Dak Prescott? Well, if you want to get through one video without talking about Dak Prescott, maybe you need to go to another channel, because all this is relative. Because what I hear is things like, let's go ahead and not pay Dak Prescott because we need that money for free agents so we can buy a defense. How's that working out for you right now? How's that working out? You look at all the guys we brought in: Emerson Griffin, Darryl Worley, Dontari Poe, Gerald McCoy. All these guys cost us money, and you got nothing out of them. Nothing. This, you can't put this on the players. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I ain't mad at the player for getting paid for not doing shit. All of us want to do that. All of us would love to get a big fat paycheck, you know, to basically do nothing. I ain't mad at them. I'm mad at the people that allowed it to happen. And as we go through and say, you know, Dak Prescott needs to take a team-friendly deal. For what? So we can pay more stiffs out here? That we can put a whole lot of money for guys that are going. The one thing you have to actually look at, and as much as people will say, oh, well, you know, yeah, his stats, they don't mean nothing. His stats in Dak Prescott was keeping this team at least competitive. It was at least keeping us competitive. And the few things that we have right, because people, well, let's trade Michael Gallup and we'll get some stuff. You know, we'll get some draft picks. Let's get rid of Amari Cooper and we'll save that money, you know, and put it on the defense. Dudes, the Dallas Cowboys have very few things that work, that are very, very productive. The few things that we have that look good are the one things that you want to get rid of. It makes no damn sense. It makes no sense, because it would be different if you saw and said, oh man, well, you know, Jerry Jones took, you know, $20 million and, you know, he improved the defense. He didn't improve the defense at $20 million. Those guys are gone. And it's not even the midpoint of the season. You got this out of that money. That was definitely a bad investment. That was like, what was that startup company that was at the movie theaters where basically you paid like $15 and you could see unlimited movies at the movie theaters? Yeah, we'll get a lot of people that sign up for that. They'll give us $15 for that. That'll be great. We're going to make all kinds of money. Until you found out that those people were going to go to the movies every day and literally live in the movie theaters. You lost your ass on it. Just like the Cowboys continue to lose their ass on free agents and big contracts. We always seem to bring in the wrong free agent that's past his prime. We always seem to pay the players that there's always a question about, where there's not really a track record that's very long, and it ends up putting us in cap hell. Who's making those decisions? Who's making those calls? When you want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys having failures, that's where you need to look. Don't hate the players, hate the guys that are putting them in the game. Another bust in free agency for the Dallas Cowboys. Trade Michael Gallup. Trade Michael Cooper. Amari Cooper. Trade those guys. Oh man, you know, let's franchise tag Dak and trade him too. It's killing me, man. It's killing me. Be safe out there and enjoy your day.